The caravan that you were traveling with Zaiho has continued on, of
We
course.
Zaiho killed the other one. We're heading towards town now.
The others must have gone ahead. Okay. By the way, do you know who that ranger is behind us?
No idea.
Well.
He just shrugs.
No, I hurt myself because my shoulder is still
If you guys want to take a short rest, you can do so, and you can roll your hit dice to heal up.
Okay. You wish to rest? We both got pretty hurt back there.
That would be best, yes.
Alright, so the three of you stand at the side of the roads now and bind up your wounds. You can roll your hit dice to go ahead and heal up. So whatever your hit dice is, you can roll that dice and gain that much health.
Where's that?
It is on your class page, but it should also be easily identifiable as the HP next to your class name.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's a D10 for you, Zaiho. So Vandermeer, you gain 4 HP. You are now at 4 HP. Zaiho gains 9. Of course, you do not go over your max HP. That goes without saying.
I know.
I don't believe Maxwell took any damage, so he's just standing, watching over, keeping an eye out.
So what's a sorcerer doing out on the roads alone?
Actually, I've been looking for something like this. Something to lead me to glory, as it were.
An adventurer.
Indeed.
Good thing I came upon you when I did, or else you might have died, along with the ranger.
Quite. And what is a paladin of... What are you a paladin of?
My deity is Bahamut. I am out on a quest to, hang on. I am traveling to Quinn in search of... Sorry. I'm searching for someone in Quinn. My entire temple was destroyed, and I'm searching for the destroyers.
Oh, how interesting. Perhaps I could accompany you.
I would not mind that.
Oh, I do.
So long as you do nothing evil, of course.
Oh, of course not.
So the three of you, with your wounds binded, start heading down the main road south. It takes you about an hour. It's about, I would say, 2 in the evening at this point, when you come into a large clearing of trees, and in the distance, you can see what looks to be a walled settlement. The wall is made of large wooden stakes, staked up together, look about 10 feet high each. There appears to be square in structure with what appear to be watchtowers at each corner. Wooden watchtowers.
Yeah.
Directly in the middle ahead of you, you see a large gate.
This must be Quinn.
And then let us approach.
As you walk up to the gate, you see, indeed, just to the left of it, there is a sign that says Quinn on it. As you approach, you are hailed by a guard on the top of the wall. You see him look over the wall, kind of like raises his eyebrow and goes, "Hi, who are you three?"
I am a paladin of Bahamut.
I am Animir, a sorcerer seeking adventure here.
One of his compatriots comes up and joins him. They kind of exchange a look and start exchanging conversation. After a minute, they look back. Yes, and what is your purpose here?
I am in search of someone here. I do not mean to cause any trouble. I'm just looking for someone.
Of course we do not mean trouble. I am accompanying him.
We were also ambushed in the woods.
Ambushed, you say?
Yes. A couple of us got hurt, and the one behind us aided in our defense.
These attackers, what do they look like?
They were dragon bandits.
Dragon? What? What did you say?
I said it,
I have no
dragon
idea what he's
bandits.
talking about. He's been speaking of such nonsense since we met. All I know is you don't need to worry about them.
He gives you a really curious look. He's kind of unsure about you guys. Like, alright then.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Timothy, open the gate.
Timothy.
Oh, yeah, sir.
The wooden gate parts, opening forward in two sections, of course, left and right. Opens to admit you. As you guys walk in, the gate is quickly shut.
User in your channel timed out.
Okay, who just died?
Raven.
That's fine.
It's normal.
So, the three of you are now what appears to be a relatively busy street for a town this size.
Okay.
And it is a sizable town at that.
Well, I could detect magic if you suspect that had anything to do with it.
Had to do with what?
With the destruction of your temple.
Oh. Well, if you could sense anything, let me know.
Okay. Okay, and then I want to start detect magic.
Alright, so as you start the hand motions and the incantations involved, one of the guards who had just admitted you sees you and he's like, hey, no magic, what are you doing?
I'm searching for magic.
Is this Timothy?
You assume that this is Timothy. He's on ground level with you guys, not on top of the wall. You assume he's the one that opened the gate. Look, you may be new here, but don't go around casting spells. It unnerves people.
Why is that?
Alright.
Well, people are just aren't used to seeing. I mean, we don't know what you're doing there. You don't know what kind of witchcraft you're doing.
It is understandable. Not everyone can accept magic.
You have a feeling it's not. It's more not because they don't accept magic, but more because the guards themselves don't know what you're doing and aren't very comfortable with you casting unknown magic
Yeah.
in their town.
Alright, well, I'll stop it.
Alright, so the three of you are currently on a main street leading into the center of town.
Okay. So did you have a plan then?
I always thought I could wing myself. I always thought that I could wing my way through everything.
Lead the way.
Alright. This way.
And which way are you going?
The town square. I don't.
Alright,
It's
so
not like I have a map.
the three of you walk through town. You can see townsfolk going about their business, a fair number of them. smoke rising from chimneys, smell fresh baked bread. Wow, what am I saying?
Fish for sale.
It's a typical town, you might say.
Seems nice here.
Indeed.
So, I don't like that one. I'm gonna put on the Skyrim.
I felt like I was taking a leisurely stroll through a field and laying down and looking at the stars.
What?
That last song you had on.
Anyways, so the three of you make Maxwell just this random crossbow wielding stranger continues to follow you without any indication of his intentions.
Daddy,
The
you're
three
right.
of you continue along the main street.
I stop, I turn around, I look at Maxwell and say, okay, seriously, why are you following us? There's no need. We're not in danger anymore.
There's a lot of need. I need your help.
Just stay behind me and you'll be safe. Why are you following us?
He mutters under his breath, because I wanted to.
I'm sorry, I did not catch that.
Yeah, you heard it.
Alright, fine. I can't find a character. And why do you want to? The adventure you seek?
Okay, no, right.
True Ranger.
I'm not gonna read the dialogue anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I am? Someone should say it. There's no reason to it. So as you're standing about halfway down the main street, towards what in the distance you can see a large open square, and in the middle of which is what appears to be a temple or a church of some kind, another rectangular building with a tower at the front. As you're standing in the middle of the street, though, Zyho, you hear a familiar voice call out to you. Well, hey there! I'll let in. And walking from one of the side streets, or actually out from one of the buildings, which you notice now appears to be an inn, the signage giving it away. Universal signage. And walks up to the three of you. He's a big, burly man who has a giant-ass greatsword strapped to his back, brown hair, and taller than all of you. Zyho, you know him to be freaking, goddamn it, where are my notes? You know him to be Raynor, the leader of the band of mercs that traveled with you on the way to, Quinn.
Ah, Raynor. There you guys are.
Oh, there, what have you picked up now?
Remember this girlish scream I heard earlier?
Hi!
Turns out to be the sorcerer and this mute over here. They were being attacked by bandits and I came to save them.
Dragon bandits.
I am going to leave.
Broad look, like, don't just have to raise his eyebrows. Sure. Just a scrapping course, but, what can I do? I had to fulfill my contract,
It was no problem. I got wounded a bit, but it's alright. It's healed.
It's a good fight when you come away with it with a few scars, ain't it?
Of course. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Hey, come in here. Let's go have a drink.
Of course. Would you two like to join?
Alright.
Axel shrugs and follows. The three of you enter a combined inn and tavern. You can see off to the left is a big eating room. Big fire on one side, glowing warmly. A great deal of laughter and drunken laughter, I will admit that. Off to the side, you can see a couple of bards, two of them. One of them is playing away on some kind of stringed instrument, the other one on some kind of piped instrument. You guys really don't know much about instruments, I'm assuming. Appears to be some kind of flute.
Yeah, not a music
So
man.
Rainer goes ahead and takes you over to... You guys grab a seat, grab a table, and call for the barmaid. Probably, without any of you saying anything, plops down 4 mugs of ale. There are 4 of you, right? Yeah.
Well, including Rain.
This round's on me.
Good bad.
Well, before I
Play the
drink,
roll to see if I get drunk.
I do believe introductions are in order. I am Zyho, a sorcerer and adventurer from the wilds.
You're not
What?
I am Vanamir. I sometimes like to confuse people. It's a favorite pastime of mine.
You got some weird pastimes. I know how to think of, don't I?
You managed to find the strangest of companies, I hope. So, what are you going to be doing now?
Not sure.
Me and my men, of course, are waiting here for the caravan to move out again.
I may or may not be joining you. I had to find someone in the city.
Someone, you say?
Yes. I'm not certain who, but I know there's someone here I must meet. He will guide me to what I seek.
I really like this music you picked.
As do I. Yeah, these mods over here are pretty good, ain't they? As he says that, he goes ahead and flips over a silver coin over off to them. Across the room.
Holy crap.
Lands in the open case of one of them with extremely accurately.
Some trick.
I'm guessing he's quite experienced.
You can gather that, judging from the scars and the way he just the way he carries himself. He appears to be a very experienced warrior. The bards, of course, at this point have finished their song, sit down for a meal. At this point, Rainer starts regaling some of you, the two of you, with some of the tales of his adventuring, drinking more and more as time goes by. Zyho, you've already heard all of his tales, and are extremely bored with them.
I'm just imagining I'm on the counter with the fist to my face, trying to not fall asleep.
He goes ahead and smacks you across the back of the head. Hi! Sit up here and listen.
Ow. I was listening. Still awake.
Go ahead and roll perception checks.
Could a drinking song come on?
intelligence and wisdom.
The bards, having eaten a hearty meal, do go back to playing. Strike up another tune. But perception checks for all of you, 23, 1. Zyho, you don't take the L very well. You're kind of trying not to fall asleep at this point. Maxwell, perception check as well. Alright, so Maxwell, you're actually... You apparently are listening to a story, because Vandermeer, however, maybe not listening to his boasting, notice someone barges into the room from the main entryway, walks over to a group of people. Hey, that trial, stupid little halfling, it's happening now. And he ushers them out of the room. And a group of about 6 people then exit the room.
Oh boy.
I think 2 people are about to
Did any of you see that? Hear that?
See what?
Apparently there's something going on with a halfling and about 6 men.
Ryder just leans over and goes, "Aye, what the hell was that about? Something about a halfling?" And one of the peasants, he looks at me, not too peasant discard. He seems to be well enough paid off. Probably a merchant or some sort, maybe a trader. Looks at him and goes, "Aye, I heard there was some halfling broke into someone's home here, being put on trial. Is that now?" Random looks at you guys and goes, "Aye, that might be interesting."
Rodney, we can hear you.
Very much.
You pounding on your keyboard.
I'm actually, sorry. I like the beat of the music. And it's not on the keyboard, it's on my table.
No, we can hear it.
Sorry.
One tires of these bard songs quickly enough. I say we go drop in on this trial. Then get some more drinks afterwards.
Might as well.
Well, I agree.
I need to sober up.
Alright, so, turns out you guys actually don't know where you're going.
Could we follow the guys who left?
Without knowing what he's doing.
Can we ask one of the locals?
You can indeed.
Oh wait, I'm drunk. Ranger, you do it. Oh wait. I am drunk. Oh.
I wouldn't say you're... Go ahead, and I want all of you who've been drinking to make constitution saves. Constitution saving.
Watch them all fail horribly.
Oh. Is it a saving throw or just Constitution?
A saving throw. Wait, is that not a saving? Hold on, what am I saying?
Fortitude, reflex, and willpower. Which one?
That's fortitude. What was I saying? Fortitude saving throw.
Well,
Alright,
the last thing I said was I wasn't going to start drinking, and since I got a 20 on the perception, can I say I wasn't?
Yeah, after you pushed away your ale when you first sat down and called for some water.
Okay.
So, you're fine. Maxwell, I need a fortitude save from you. Alright, so, you guys didn't drink too much, and you can hold your liquor, so you guys are fine.
I think that'd be a different story for my guy.
Probably.
Alright, so I asked a nearby local where the trial is being held for the halfling.
So you walk up to a local, just a random person in the tavern.
Do you know where the trial is happening? The one for the halfling.
Okay, the group you've chosen is this group of 2 guys who are just kind of leaning over a table, drinking and talking. One of them looks over to you and goes, Trial. Yeah, that'd probably be held in the town hall. It's on the, northwest corner of this is me fumbling, not him. Of the main square.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Big building taking up like almost the entire corner. You can't miss it.
Alright. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey. They go back to their drinking. So you guys walk out and find Rainer there waiting for you. Lead the way.
Alright. We go to the town hall.
Alright, so you guys continue down to the center of town. As you go, you can see, again, the main church that seems to be facing south. You're currently on the north side of town. So what you're seeing right now is the back of the church. All along the square, you can see merchant stalls set up, various other establishments. You can also see off to one side clearly a blacksmith, and to another side a general store. But as you're approaching the town square, you can see off to the right there is indeed a large building with doors, as you get closer, that face the market square.
This must be the town hall.
You guys walk in. You can see a couple people loitering outside, and a couple walk in. It does not appear to be guarded or anything of the like.
Okay.
The horrible trial.
Alright, so you guys walk in, and you find yourselves in a large room. A square, pretty much. Square room, which you're kind of entering on a diagonal, pretty much, if you can think about it like that.
Alright.
Corner doors. It is a large room. Set against the freaking western wall, just to your left, appears to be a large desk, and in the middle is a seat and another desk. Two, actually. Both facing the larger desk off to the side, to the west. And arranged in kind of a concert-style fashion with, descending slope seating, going all the way around. You can see a few people have already come in and started taking their seats.
Let's take a seat.
So you guys find seats nearby. You wait for about half an hour when off to a door on the opposite side of the room, on the northwestern side of the room, comes a robed man who's rather tall, very stern expression, balding hair, he has the weird balding style where it's like, kind of has hair going all the way, gray hair going all the way around, but bald on top. He goes ahead and takes a seat at the main desk. You can see at this point there are guards actually inside the room, a few of them. He motions to one of them. The other people more have filtered in. It's not terribly full, mind you, but there are a few people nearby who have taken up seats. He motions to the guard, and you can see at that, everyone quiets down. Alright. Bring in the accused. And in from a side door on the far wall, you see being let in by guards, not chained at all, is a small halfling.
I was shooting.
If you would wish to describe yourself, Ravens is gone. Where did Ravens go?
She's, her internet died on her.
Oh, so Ravens isn't here.
She's
I think
on
that's
the phone with her internet provider.
So is she, gone then, or is she coming back?
She said she'd try to be back as soon as possible, but that she doesn't know when.
Alright, so either way, you see a small halfling enter the room escorted by armed guards, who is not chained in any way. And in fact, you can see daggers strapped on her belt. She goes lonely and sits behind one of the two desks. Behind the guards strides another man, broadening if you would wish to describe yourself.
Yes, I am a 5'10" individual with what appears to be religious type style clothing, a blackish hair, along with a slightly nervous expression on his face as we speak, carrying a book.
Alright, and you go over and join the halfling at one of the two desks. The halfling looks to sit down and then realizes that the chair is a bit too high and elects to stand rather awkwardly with the desk up to her neck. Halflings, what are you gonna do?
Have you ever seen a halfling before, Zio?
I honestly, first time I saw her, I thought she was a child, and I realized.
Not you. I have never seen a halfling before, but I've heard that they are quite small.
Yes, I knew that, but this is something.
Rainer goes ahead and points at the halfling and goes, you see how she's not bound at all? She still has her weapons too.
I know, I found that peculiar myself.
How about the way her defender looks?
Looks like a priest's sword to me.
Well,
At this point, the man at the large desk goes ahead and clears his throat, and the room quiets down. He glares at the halfling, and then at the other human standing next to her. And he says, "You may be seated." And the two of you sit the halfling a little awkwardly, kind of jumping up into the seat. Alright, for those of you who may be guests and for our accused, I am Magistrate Tobias Hallowell. And today, we will be discussing a certain issue. The accused, Seraphina Trill, was caught breaking into the home of one of the denizens. However, she did not resist arrest, nor actually steal anything, which leads us in a very precarious situation. Defense, do you have anything to say?
Yes, Your Honor. I do believe my client is not guilty. I do honestly believe, from what information I have gathered from the town, that she was invited into the home and accused of these crimes because the owner of this said house dislikes her greatly.
Now, your client stands accused of breaking and entering and theft. However, she was also not invited into it. I don't know legal term total. Not a lawyer. Dead residents. I do know she was not invited into the residence home, as they have already testified to me. There's also a witness who saw her crawling into the the back window of the abode. At this, you can hear some of the town residents kind of start, a little bit of chatter kind of starts up between the watchers.
So what do you think thus far, Vandermeer?
Well, she doesn't look very suspicious, besides the weapons.
Agreed.
No. He clears his throat. The room once again falls into silence. Now, when you were discovered, and the town guard went to arrest you, you did not resist, nor have you caused any trouble since then. Therefore, we have allowed you to go unbound, and with your weapons still. However, you are still caught breaking into a residence of Quinn. You can feel free to speak whenever you want.
Your Honor, she may have been caught in there, but I also have a witness showing that she was invited in. I believe you have a witness you have.
No, you don't. It gives you a really just stern glare, just looks at you with this fucking phone in the background.
Phones? What? What?
There's a phone ringing in the background, didn't know if you guys could hear that.
Yeah, we heard.
But he glares at you with an extreme vehemence at this point. And he gives just a... Now, do you have anything else to say that isn't made up?
Slender, I have a question. Where are we seated?
You guys are seated on the southern wall. The judge is on the western wall, and there are doors both on the northwestern corner and on the northern wall. The northern wall being where the defendant exited from, the northwestern being where the magistrate walked out from.
I meant in proximity to the defense.
The walls, you mean?
No, I mean, where are we seated in proximity to the defense table?
How close did you want to be? There are about 5 rows of seating.
I was just wondering.
Okay, so we'll say you're in like the second row. I mean, you're still like a good distance away from them. They're in the center of the room. There's a big open space in the center.
Okay.
Now,
Is it back to me now?
looking at this case, your client, the defendant, has hurt no one, nor stolen anything, but she has still committed a crime and broken into a home with the intent to steal or worse. And in fact, I am struggling with the very fact that I know not what her intent was entering this home.
Your Honor, be it what the original intent, the actual intent was or was not, the client has, in all honesty, has caused absolutely no harm at all.
But she has still broken the law. That there is no question of. The question remains as to what punishment should be executed. There's a silence that goes through the room. And
How about she be placed under the watch of a paladin?
there's a bunch of everyone breaks out in conversation at this new turn of events. The magistrate looks over to you, and just who are you?
I am Sayos Strikens, paladin of Bahamut.
Bahamut, by the way.
Bahamut.
Bahamut
Sounds better.
Bahamut.
Fine.
There you go.
Bahamut. I am paladin of Bahamut. And for those of you who do not know, he is the lawful good god. Now,
Yes, we all know who Bahamut is. Now, look. And as he starts to speak, the door from actually where you guys entered, facing the town square, opens up, and in walks a tall, swarthy man who appears to have a scimitar at his hip and a shield on his left arm. A bit smaller than you, Zaiho, but maybe about 30 years of age, short black hair, with a scar under his left eye. He has a kind of reddish complexion that goes with what you know of the desert dwellers to the south, the Zeracanians. He appears to have that sort of complexion. The magistrate pauses as he enters, and the man walks straight up to the desk and leans in to the magistrate and starts whispering. A few moments of this go by, and the man goes back and walks back out to the northern door where the defendant was escorted in from. The magistrate pauses for a second, contemplating, and then looks disdainfully back at, first at the paladin, and then at Seraphina, the defendant. Well, whatever we are going to do, we'll have to decide later. Apparently, there are more pressing matters at hand. At this moment, you can see the armed figure walks back in, and there are a couple more people with him this time. You can also see a few more people, soldiers, filtering in from the main entrance, as well as a couple other people.
what is going on?
I have a bad feeling about this.
The swordsman, the armed swordsman, hears you, looks up and says, well, nothing good, I can assure you. Please, stay seated. Defendant, if you guys could move to the side, please. And they bring out a large table with a map, or they bring out a map to the table, I should say, of the town and the surrounding area. And you can see guards are filtering in, as well as a few other people who take seats at the long table where the magistrate was seated at, who also, you notice, shifts to the seat to his left to make room for another elderly man, you would say in his 60s, graying hair, but who straight up looks like a huge-ass lumberjack. Big and built like a bear.
I am nervous at the sight of him.
You and Seraphina are escorted to one of the seats on the side, in the front row. Guards flank you, I must mention, as you take your seats.
Brandon, what do you think is going on?
I don't know. But, well, something tells me Smells of employment. You can see his eyes kind of light up.
Oh, I know that look.
Also, seating at the table is a young man, well dressed, takes a seat at the table, and another middle-aged man, looks more like a merchant than anything else, also takes a seat. As you guys are watching, a elderly robed figure goes, not elderly, but in his 50s, goes ahead and takes a seat next to you.
Which one of us?
Whoever's sitting on the far right. Rainer's sitting on the far left, so it's gonna be, I'm assuming Maxwell sitting next to Rainer, so either Vanamir or Zyho. I'll say it's Zyho. Yeah. So this elderly robed man in vestments goes ahead and takes a seat next to you.
What is your name, good sir?
I'm Virgil. It is a pleasure to make the acquaintance of a follower of Bahamut.
Thank you, good sir. My name is Zyho.
I am Virgil. I am the priest of the town, the only priest, in fact. I run the church. At that, he starts paying attention as the armed figure begins speaking again. Like I wasn't holding down the button, was I? I'm most sorry for the interruption, everyone. Most sorry, but,
You were holding the button.
Oh, I was good.